What's going on, everybody? It's Nick here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the AI art lawsuit. I'm going to explain that to you, and we'll take a look at the complaint that was filed in it recently. Here's a photograph of two furry friends, but the dog and the cat in this image, they don't exist. This isn't even a real photograph, and it was not taken by a real human being with an actual camera. Rather, this image was created by an artificial intelligence generator. This is DALL-E, one of the hottest artificial intelligence art generators right now that has been all over the news in recent weeks. All you have to do is type in what you want it to create in terms of an image, and it'll magically go to work and then return that image to you. So, for example, let's say that I want a picture, a realistic photograph of an avocado teapot. Let's see what it comes back with. And voila, here we go. These are four different types of avocado teapots. That is an avocado teapot. And so it's remarkable what it's capable of doing. You can see some of my other images over here. Car accidents, an abstract visual of artificial intelligence. Here would be the robot lawyer that I asked it to create. And here are images from an actual human artist, Kelly McKernan. As you can see, these fantastical watercolor drawings and paintings are very original, and she created them. She sells them on her website. Now, she recently discovered that her paintings were included in the billions of images that were used to train the artificial intelligence generator known as Stable Diffusion. Now, anybody who uses Stable Diffusion allegedly can generate artwork in the same style as Kelly here has on her website. Earlier this month, however, Kelly and two other local artists filed a landmark artificial intelligence art lawsuit against Stability AI, the company that co-developed Stable Diffusion. So let's take a look at this landmark complaint that was recently filed earlier in January. So we are now to the section where it talks about the factual allegations in this lawsuit. It says this class action against defendants concerns a DeviantArt software product called DreamUp, a Midjourney software product, and a Stability software product called Dream Studio, all of which are AI image products and, upon information and belief, built on Stability software library called Stable Diffusion. It talks about Stability released Stable Diffusion in August 2022. So this had a very rapid spread across the internet. This became wildly popular in a very short period of time, considering this was only released in August of 2022. Now, here is the crux of their complaint in paragraph 57, where it says, Stability scraped and thereby copied over 5 billion images from websites as the training image used as training data for Stable Diffusion. Stability did not seek consent from either the creators of the training images or the websites that hosted them from which they were scraped. So that's the crux of their copyright claim against those three companies that we talked about a second ago. Paragraph 60 says that Dream Studio has been lucrative for Stability. In October 2022, Stability announced it had raised $100 million led by these venture capital companies. At that time, Stability was valued at approximately $1 billion. Now, this was interesting because they described the different stages of development of this AI art generator tool. And so it kind of explains in simple terms, step by step, how this thing evolved into the impressive, powerful AI art generator that it is today. 2015, they developed what's called the diffusion technique. They invented this. In paragraph 68 of the complaint, it says that diffusion operates in two phases. The first phase of diffusion is to take an image and progressively add more noise to it in a series of steps. It goes on to say the program records how the addition of noise changes the image. By the last step, the image has been diffused into essentially random noise. So it takes the image, it adds layers and layers of these spots, these noise to the image, recording each phase, each step of each additional layer of noise that it adds. And then step 2 is it starts removing the noise that it added to try to recreate the image, apparently. In paragraph 69, it says the second phase is like the first, but reversed. Having recorded the process of turning a certain image into noise over many steps, the program can then run the sequence backwards. Starting with some random noise, the program applies the steps in reverse order. As it progressively removes noise or denoises the data, the program is eventually able to reconstruct the original image. Now, we've got a nice illustration here that explains what this algorithm is doing. So here you have the blue swirl is stage 1, where the algorithm is adding noise to the original image. So right here, the clear blue swirl is the original image, and the machine will record how this image changes each step as new noise is added. Right here, this mass of blue dots right here, you can see is just noise. Then it goes on to stage 2, where the AI will start to remove the noise in different stages to try to recreate the image. And as you can see right here, this red swirl, this is an approximation of the original image. So it's able to piece together the original image by removing the noise. That was what they came up with in 2015. But then there was a breakthrough in 2020 called latent images. It's a new way to compress and store the training images so that presumably you can store more of them, billions of them, instead of just hundreds of thousands or millions, but it's not storing the actual image itself. In December of 2022, it says compressed versions of training images have come to be known as latent images. So in paragraph 79, it says the man, Mr. Ho, who invented this process, showed how a latent image could be interpolated, meaning blended mathematically, to produce new derivative images. Rather than combine two images pixel by pixel, which gives us an unappealing result like a Frankenstein, this would be the pixel by pixel interpolation example right here in the red box, this woman in the red box. Combining these two pictures pixel by pixel gives this kind of weird, it doesn't even look like a face. But this man actually was able to come up with a process for merging the two different photos. Right here, you see the blue box on the left and the training image number 2, blue box on the right, and merging those two to create an entirely new image, which is this green box right here. And so that's what the development in 2020 was. It explains this in a little bit more detail below that. So by 2022, they were able to incorporate text prompts into the equation so that now you could simply type a text prompt that combines two different types of images, for example, a teapot and an avocado, and then it would bring those two together and merge them, creating an entirely new single derivative image. Looking at paragraph 89, it says this diffusion technique offered one key improvement over previous efforts. Short text descriptions previously introduced as text prompts that might describe elements of the image. For example, a dog wearing a baseball cap while eating ice cream. This metric uses text prompts as conditioning data to select latent images that are already associated with text captions indicating they contain dog, baseball cap, and ice cream. The text captions are part of the training images and were scraped from the websites where the images themselves were found. Then paragraph 19 says the resulting image is necessarily a derivative work because it is generated exclusively from a combination of the conditioning data and the latent images, all of which are copies of copyrighted images. It is, in short, a 21st century collage tool. So it's saying that this is not an art generator, it's just a collage tool. So let's look at the actual example that they give in terms of pictures. It's kind of a humorous page right here. Paragraph 91 says, below is an example of output images from Stable Diffusion via the Dream Studio app using this text prompt. Quote, a dog wearing a baseball cap while eating ice cream, end quote. All these dogs in the resulting images seem to be wearing baseball hats. That's true. Although right here, this one says dog leg, or at least it looks like it says dog leg. So I don't know what that's about, but it says all these dogs in the resulting images seem to be wearing baseball hats. Only the one in the lower left seems to be eating ice cream. So I noticed there's like a bowl of ice cream right here. There appears to be a bowl of ice cream on a table in the background here. It's blurred. This appears to be meat of some sort, or maybe a really long tongue. I don't know in this image. And here you've got what looks to be like ice cream, and then like a chicken leg or chicken wing or something right there, a toy in his mouth too. So, needless to say, it did not do a great job creating the prompted image. And it explains why that was. Paragraph 95, it explains why those dog images were so weird and didn't exactly look like an entirely unique image of a dog wearing a baseball cap while eating ice cream. Paragraph 95 says every output image from the system is derived exclusively from the latent images, which are copies of copyrighted images. For these reasons, every hybrid image is necessarily a derivative work. It goes on to say the system struggles with the text prompt like a dog wearing a baseball cap while eating ice cream because though there are many photos of dogs, baseball caps, and ice cream among the training images, there are unlikely to be any training images that combine all three of them. A human artist, however, could easily illustrate this combination, but a latent diffusion system like the ones that they are suing here cannot, because it never exceeded the limitations of its training images. So that's interesting. Paragraph 104 says Stability paid this company Leon to create Leon 5B, a new data set of 5.85 billion training images. Then it goes on to say that many of these images, 47% of the images in the data set of that 5.8 billion image data set, were from only 100 web domains, which seems kind of sketchy. But then again, those are the online libraries that host all of these images. It says the sources of some of the copies and scrapes are stock image sites, including Getty Images, Shutterstock, and Adobe Stock, as well as shopping sites like Shopify, Pinterest, Wix, and Squarespace. Significantly, websites featuring user-generated content were a huge source of images, including sites like SmugMug, Flickr, Wikimedia, Tumblr, and DeviantArt. So here we have the section of the complaint that goes over the claims for relief. I'm not going to cover all of them because some of them are state law related claims and are only going to be of interest at the very most to one state's worth of people watching. But I'll go over the federal claims, and these are the main claims that are brought in this case, specifically direct copyright infringement under 17 USC 106. It says that the plaintiffs and class hold the exclusive rights under this statute, the copyright infringement statute under federal law. It says defendants directly infringed plaintiffs and the class's rights because they have reproduced one or more of the works in violation of 17 USC 106, prepared derivative works based upon one or more of the works in violation of 106.2, distributed copies of one or more of the works to the public in violation of 106.3, performed one or more of the works publicly in violation of 106.4, and or displayed one or more of the works publicly in violation of 106.5. Then we go down here. This is vicarious copyright infringement under count 2. It says individuals have used AI image products to create works using the names of the plaintiffs and the class in prompts and pass those off as original works by the artist whose name was used in the prompt. Such individuals are referred to herein as imposters. By using a particular artist's name, imposters can cause the AI image product to rely more heavily on the artist's prior works to create images that can pass as original works by that artist. These output images are referred to herein as fakes. Imposters have sold fakes on ArtStation, Kickstarter, the Unreal Engine marketplace, and elsewhere. So that definitely screams of unfairness that somebody is using the art generator, typing in the names of the plaintiffs in this lawsuit, create a painting that looks in the style of so-and-so Kelly McKernan, for example, that depicts a wizard holding a staff in a hobbit-like area, and then selling those under her name. That is definitely seems unfair. Count number 3 is violation of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, and that's the DMCA. If you are interested in this topic and you want to see more videos about the AI art lawsuits, then let me know in the comments section below. And of course, as always, thank you for watching.